Hello guys, we are going to revise analytical procedure and I request you all please like the video, please do comment in the video. Thank you guys. Now let's start. What do you mean by analytical procedure? What is the meaning of analytical procedure? Analytical procedure means evaluation of financial information through analysis of plausible relationship among financial data and non-financial data. What do you mean by financial data? For example, wages per worker is financial data and non-financial data is total number of workers. To calculate total wages, here it is given total wages is equal to wages per worker into total number of worker. Here you can read it. And comparison of entity financial information with consideration of relationship plus various other procedure you use is analytical procedure. You come into the analytical procedure, right? And what are the example of analytical procedure? You can have a keyword PIA, comparable information for prior period, comparable information for prior period, I for industry information, similar industry information, so as the comparison of entity ratio to sales to account receivable with industry average or with other estimate of comparable size in the same industry. A for anticipated result of the entity such as budget or forecast or expectation of the auditor such as estimation of depreciation. What are the example of analytical procedure having consideration of relationship among element of financial information between financial information and relevant non-financial information such as payroll cost to number of employees, right? Now we are going to see what are the timing of analytical procedure. It's very important for your exam point of view. It is very important when timing of analytical procedure is used. It is used in all stages of the audit. Analytical procedure are required in the planning phase and it is often done during the testing phase also, right? And in addition, these are also required during the completion phase. It's very important. It's 5-star question. I'm going to mark it here, 5-star question, right? In all of the three phase, it's important. Timing of analytical procedure in planning phase, in testing phase, and in completion phase. And what are the factors to be considered for substantive audit procedure? What are the factors to be considered for substantive audit procedure? For I have made a mnemonic word here. I pandas. I inherent risks or what can go wrong. P predictability. A account type. N nature of assertion. D desegregation. A ability of data. S source. What are the factors to be considered for substantive audit procedure? You are going to recall I pandas in exam hall so that you can write the factor is every point factor. I inherent risks or what can go wrong. P predictability. A ability of data. N nature of assertion. D desegregation. A account type. Yes source, right? These are the factors to be considered for substantive audit procedure. Now see what are the technique available as substantive analytical procedure. Star. What are the technique available as substantive analytical procedure? You need to recall star, right? Yes, structural modeling. T trend analysis. A ratio analysis. R reasonableness test. These are technique available as substantive analytical procedure. Yes, structural modeling. T trend analysis. A ratio analysis. R reasonableness test. I have taken this A ratio analysis, right? In trend analysis we use prior period balance, right? In ratio analysis it's useful for analyzing asset and liability account as well as revenue and expense account. Example, trade receivable or inventory turnover. Freight expense is a percentage of sales revenue. In reasonableness test, the analytical position doesn't rely on prior period but upon non-financial data, right? In reasonableness test, you are going to mainly depend on non-financial data. For example, interest expense against interest bearing obligation, raw material consumption to production, wastage and scrap percentage against production, and raw material consumption quantity. What are the analytical procedure used as substantive test? What are the analytical procedure used as substantive test? For determining suitability of analytical procedure, nature and tricks of mathematical statement is discussed here. For evaluating reliability of data and developing an expectation and determining acceptable difference. How you are going to determine acceptable difference? By comparison actual with budgeted, right? And These were the some keyword which you need to know, right? In suitability of particular analytical procedure for given a session, you are going to mainly depend on nature and risk of misstatement. It is useful for large volume of transaction, right? And auditor assessment of how effective it will be detecting a misstatement. Our unsophisticated predictive model may be effective as analytical procedure, right? And what is the reliability of data? What is the reliability of data? You are going to discuss here. Source of information, from where you need to obtain the source of information, from internal or external, by comparing the information current year data with past year data, right? Mechanical work versus manual work, single shift versus double shift, nature and relevance of information, control over the provision of the information. This is how you are going to depend on reliability of data. Now further we are seeing evaluation of whether the expectation is sufficient precise. In this three important point is discussed. Now, first point, the accuracy with which expected result of the substantive analytical procedure can be predicted. The accuracy with which expected result of substantive analytical procedure can be predicted. Second number point, the degree to which information can be disaggregated. Third number point, ability of the information, both financial and non-financial data, right? And amount of difference or recorded amount from expected values that is acceptable. Now you are going to discuss here investigating result of analytical procedure. How you are going to investigate result of analytical procedure, and how is it going to affect your financial information? By inquiring the management and obtaining appropriate audit evidence relevant to management response. Second, performing other audit procedure as necessary in the circumstances. By performing other audit procedure as necessary in the circumstances. First, you need to inquire management and obtain appropriate audit evidence relevant to management response. Second, you need to perform other audit procedure as necessary in the circumstances, right? Now how analytical procedure that assist when forming an overall conclusion. जब ऑडिट कंप्लीट कर लिया है तो बड़ी रेशियो निकाल ली, एक्चुअल से कंपेयर कर ली, तो वहाँ पर ओवरऑल कंक्लूजन लेने में हेल्प कर सकती है फॉर डिटरमाइनिंग टू मैच विद द ओवरऑल अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द फाइनेंशियल डाटा, राइट? ऑडिटर हैव himself one understanding, and he will compare it with ratios which he derived from the analyzing financial data, right? By this way your chapter have been finished, and many keyword we have discussed, and I hope it will be helpful for your exam point of view. Thank you.